Health officials in Mississippi say that poison control center calls are climbing because what they're seeing are residents taking something called Ivermectin, which is an anti-parasite drugs for horses and cows to treat coronavirus. This has even led to one hospitalization. Can you be clear for the American people on this drug?
Well, Brianna, that is heartbreaking to hear. And let me just say very clearly that ivermectin is not a recommended treatment for COVID-19. It is not a recommended drug to prevent COVID-19. The best protection we have against COVID-19 is the vaccine. And if you get COVID-19, we actually do have treatments that work, from steroids to monoclonal antibodies and other treatments. But ivermectin is not one of them. And Brianna, what this highlights is just the profound cost of health misinformation right now. We've been seeing health misinformation as a problem for years, but the speed, scale, and sophistication with which it is spreading and impacting our health is really unprecedented, and it's happening largely in part aided and abetted by social media platforms. This is why a few weeks ago I put out a Surgeon General's advisory on health misinformation, in part calling companies to account to say they have to step up and take more responsibility for this health misinformation on their sites, because it is costing us in terms of people's health. Can I ask you to that point, sir, because Facebook said this weekend, and yes, you have been clear on this, but Facebook said this weekend that a news story undermining confidence in coronavirus vaccines was the most popular link in the U.S. during the first quarter of 2021. So you've issued this warning, certainly, about misinformation. What do you make of this news? Well, I think it reinforces what we've known for a long time, which is that there is a lot of misinformation circulating on these sites. And look, I will readily say that the sites have recognized that this is a challenge, and they've stepped up to do some things to reduce the spread of misinformation, and I credit them for that. But it's not nearly enough, because there's still a tremendous amount of misinformation circulating. There are people who are super spreaders of misinformation who are continuing to put out inaccurate information online. And there are algorithms still which continue to serve up more and more misinformation to people who encounter it the first time. These are things that companies can and must change, and I think they have a moral responsibility to do so quickly and transparently.